Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Sunday, the 28th of August, 2022, right about 9:30 in the evening. It is 80 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Humidity is at 81%, so that makes it feel like it's 90 degrees. 29 degrees Celsius. So, uh, I was going to do this outside. I'd come out earlier. Um, I was going to cook. I was going to cook on. I made up a new. Okay, I made a leg for my table to go on my porch, and by that I mean I cut the bottom. I cut about 6 inches off of a long bar clamp. So I had it set up. I was like all set to go out there and cook, and I got things set up, and or was getting things set up, and I realized it's just too humid out here. It's still just too humid. It felt rather nice, as long as you were just not doing a whole lot, but start getting active, and I just couldn't breathe. So I went in. I had finished. I made up a couple of brats on the flat top, the panini press waffle maker thing that I had found, I don't know, last year or something on the curb. Um, but anyway, I was sitting there thinking, I checked the temperatures. I was like, seems a little nicer outside. Well, going by the door, actually, I opened the door and peeked out, and I was like, it's a little nicer. So maybe I'll sit up and do a yakety yak sitting on the front step. By the time I got things set up, I was like, oh, I ain't gonna be out here for 20 minutes yakking. So I got everything picked back up again, and I said, heck with it, I'm just gonna go sit in the truck, and we'll yakety yak from there. So here we are, and that's half part of what I did today. I was supposed to go to my son's house for dinner, or tentative plans, and I texted him. And while I was waiting for a reply, I started going through one of the boxes that's been taking up space in my room. Uh, I had stuff spread all over the place. It looked like a junk store exploded. Um, my son finally got back to me, and I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm not even like halfway into this box by this point." I said, "If I stop now, I'm never going to get started on it again." And I basically got the box done, but then I had stuff all over the place, and just little boxes, like because I was going through. This is a big box that I had taken. Like, okay, this is sort of this type of stuff. Sort of, it's related to art. So that's why I started going through today. And like, what type of art is it? Well, it's my little Dremel, my little portable Dremel bag, and a bunch of leather work, and some paints and brushes, and so like, all that stuff is going into other boxes, and then I've got all this box to all these boxes that ended up going back in that box. So uh, it. I basically accomplished nothing. I mean, I did. I got stuff sorted out, but the box is still basically right there, taking up space where it was yesterday, before I got started on doing all this. So I really need to get and empty the stuff off the top of the bed, the loft bed, and so that I've got a place to put it up there. And then I need to go through it again, and as I put stuff back in it, mark on the side of the big tub what boxes are in there. So I am not normally organized. I am basically chaos. So this all started because I wanted to cut that bar clamp, which for those of you who don't know, it's a long bar with a piece on one end and another piece that you can push up to it, and then you clip it and it keeps getting tighter and it tightens up, and it can be an inch, it can be 6, 8, 10 foot depending on the bar that you put in it. So I picked up a cheap bar clamp from Harbor Freight. Cheap meaning I think it was like $6, and excuse me, I ended up grabbing the wrong one and had to cut like 5 inches off of it. So, and by wrong one, I think the one was 30 inches and the other one was 36, and I needed 31. So I think that's why I did it, but I grabbed it so long ago. It was a couple weeks ago. I don't really remember the thinking. I brought it home and I marked it. And it's like, all right, now I need my cutoff tool. I could find the Dremel. I actually find the one portable Dremel, the one battery operated. I knew where my corded Dremels were. I couldn't find my cutoff wheels. And it's like they've got to be here. Like everything's been going. You know, they're kind of sorted out. The Dremels are sorted out into their own box under my desk, and they've been there ever since. I mean, that's like one of the first things that I sorted out. And I had to think about it, like, where were those cutoff wheels? And it's like they were like in my chaos in when I was in the other room. They were in the one hutch back in the corner, but I knew where they were. Well, then that got cleaned out. So where did that get cleaned out to? And looking around, and I found the one little Dremel bag, which I'd also been looking for, which hadn't made it to the other spots because it's not something that I use a lot. I use it mainly for drilling holes in leather. So excuse me. But anyway, I started going through that box and eventually found the cutoff wheels that I was looking for, and puttering back and forth between cutting the bar and going back in and puttering around in with the box and whatever. Just I probably should have broke out my plug-in Dremels because they're a little bit more powerful, and they probably would have cut through it a lot quicker. As it was, I had to keep stopping because it was aggravating my arm. So I'd stop that and go in and putter around with a little bit else, and stop doing that and check a little bit online and get back and putter around in that box. I'd taken up most of my bed. I couldn't really lay down, so I basically had to, get my way through that. But excuse me. Those brats are kind of repeating on me. A couple of jalapeno cheddar brats with cheese, and I made my chow chow hot the other night. I took like almost 2 teaspoons, I guess. I don't know. I didn't measure, but I just kind of poured the 100% pain hot sauce into it, and that spiced it up really nice. So those brats went down very easy. Um, Now they're trying to talk to me a little bit. I'm thinking I'm going to go in and make a couple more. So, I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, I've got this running on low AC at the moment, like the bare minimum. So, just enough to keep the moisture at bay. It's kind of drizzly out. Like, not drizzly. It's almost a mist, but it's not. I don't know. How do you describe that? It's not fog, and it's not really a mist, but there's a lot of moisture in the air. Like, there's halos around all the lights, and just like the tree out here is wet, you know? Um, so, I don't know. Let's see, what else was I had in mind to talk about? I don't know. Sometimes it's it's like I said, I think better when I'm driving than when I'm just sitting here. So, uh, kind of puts the paid to that, doesn't it? I didn't realize how many people walk through this neighborhood. Uh, how many ladies walk through this neighborhood? Uh, Especially later at night. I mean, it was 9:30 when I got started, so it's got to be quarter to 10. I guess I guess we're fairly safe here, or feel fairly safe. I want to get my. I mean, speaking of them out walking, this would be the time that I would probably head out and walk around the neighborhood. But I want to get a something to walk with. I've been trying to build up a the regular like old person walkers that they put the tennis balls on the bottom of, and they take half a step at a time. I've got a couple of those. I don't need them as a walker. They're nice, like in the bathroom, because my shower is here. The floor of my shower is here, and the actual floor of the bathroom is down here. So you have to step up over the side of the bathtub and then down. And I've got bad ankles and bad knees, and I just want that extra support. So I've got the grab bar, and then I have that walker that doubles as a towel rack. So, um, but I've got I think two more of them in the shed that I can put bigger wheels on. The problem is finding the right wheels. I've got these hard plastic. I don't know if I've shown these before or not. I picked these up on the curb, thinking they might work, and they probably will on dirt. But if I get out onto like a wooden walkway or something like that, which there's a lot of around here in Florida, That's going to do that the whole time you're walking. Be almost as bad as the mobility cart that I have with those solid rubber wheels. Just be vibrating and making a crazy noise. So they may not get used for that. I've got a small bike that I found. If I find another one, I think that's going to be the best way to go. Either find one on the curb or find one at one of those thrift stores or something like that I can pick up fairly inexpensive. Uh, um, I also have a kid's a jogging stroller for a kid, 3-wheel jogging stroller. I thought about that. Those wheels might work. So just a matter of taking it apart and then putting it back together again. Um, again, have the jogger stroller wheels like in the front, and then the small bike. It's like, I don't know, 10 or 12 inch, 10-inch wheels. Have those in the back. So maybe, who knows? It's just something in my head. I'm slowly gathering supplies, and that's one of those things that I used to have all these possibilium piles, that it was just full of all kinds of stuff, bikes and walkers and wagons and carts and scrap PVC and scrap tubing and scrap wire, and I could go out and root through it and find something that possibly is going to work. Possibilium pile. I don't have that here, although I'm slowly adding to it. Right now, up here, one reason why I'm not out riding around because it's already been untied. I picked up 2 pieces of fiber optic tubing. Unfortunately, the fiber optics aren't still in it, but when they run fiber optics through under the ground, they've got these pieces that end up getting cut off, and they're like 2-inch PVC. The ones that I've got up here are bright orange, and I've got 2 6 or 8-foot pieces of it. Now the fiber optics themselves are fun to play with, and if you can find them, it's also expensive to buy. So if you can find it, it's a great resource to have to play around with. The tubes by themselves, it's just PVC. Um, they also have a lot to play around with. They're PVC. So I saw those. I grabbed them. I'll probably end up doing a short video tomorrow to show them. I've also got, I think, a piece of PVC, regular electrical conduit PVC, and some metal strapping, but it needs to go back into the possibilium pile. I've got a small pile of PVC, different sizes, because you never know, maybe it'll come in handy. Maybe I have to go out and buy, a couple of fittings or whatever, but I've got the main, enough of the tubing itself to do a couple of different projects. So anyhow, as long as I don't get in trouble for having that. Keep it neat and keep it hidden, and it should be okay. I have to be picky on what I do bring, and careful of what I do with it. I can't just leave it laying wherever. So I really like, if you saw my video on the light, I really like the light on the side of the house for me to walk It throws a really nice patch of light. So I would have liked it to have been motion detector, but or even be like have several different settings. But it was like the cheapest one that they had on Amazon, and it was like this is going to work. And by cheapest, I mean by at least half, and that's not even getting into ones that are motion detection and stuff like that. Unless I wanted to go with the battery ones, and in my mind, like the battery ones, I've got a couple of those, but if I want to leave it on all the time, even on motion detector, I'm going to come home one day and it's not going to work. So if it's wired into the outlet, then it's always got power, and it's only pulling a penny a month maybe. Um, so it for me, I'll go that way. But I really like it. It's a lot easier for me to walk. I'm not scared of tripping and breaking my neck, or not as easily anyway. So anyhow, my internet has been weird all day. Actually, it's been weird since yesterday. Um, Hopefully, this is going to upload rather quickly because it looks like we're running on 22 seconds at the moment, or 22 minutes at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and say thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you hanging around, listening to me babble, and yeah. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down, thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. Um, if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.